Every day, you cannot avoid it. It's in every aspect of your life through social media like TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Even if you're not on these platforms, you see it on your TV every day in the commercials you watch, and you could possibly hear it on radio. What is it? I think you know. It's AI. Has it gotten out of control? Some people think it has. Some people love it and don't see the harm in it. I'll discuss a little bit of these things here in the next coming minutes. All right, first I want to say it is February 2nd, 2026. It's about 9:30 p.m. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I do this freehand. I don't have any script. I probably did that first thing 45 times before I got it right or wasn't interrupted. So bear with me if I screw up certain things or don't say the right stuff or have to correct myself, because I'm just doing it on the fly. So, AI. How do you feel about it? I think it's out of control. I think the people that have the control of the programs that are putting these things on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok, I don't know that much about Instagram. I'm on it, but I don't pay attention to it. A lot of people are getting fooled by these really bad AI videos. And unfortunately, it's the older generation that's being fooled by them. They can't tell if they're not real or if they are real. And then some of them are so outrageously crazy that there's no doubt that they are fake. But most people, when they see them, they go, oh, well, I'm seeing it. It's got to be real. I think that's a bad part of AI. That is the part that has gotten out of control and I think needs to be turned back a little bit, or a certain platform put up on the internet that has nothing but AI, and all these other platforms you cannot post AI generated material, or you have to note it, like a lot of them are. A lot are have little things in the bottom corner that say they're AI. I have a couple of AI generated videos myself just to play around with it. They're little short things on YouTube. But I think it needs to be dialed back a little bit, because once it gets to a certain point, I think we're in trouble. All right, the first one here, you see this kid being sucked away by a tornado. Second one, smack. Old woman gets hit in the face with the football. And then you got the Queen of England.
You want me to come down, Ossifer? Do you know who I am?
This one's brutal. A crow. And then you get these kind.
Then get off your bum and make me a sandwich. Don't know what you're waiting for. Screw you. Boo-hoo, look at me. I'm a cow, man.
That's just a handful of examples. And if you listen to the audio and the people talking, if you could have heard it over my ass talking, it just seems off. People seem over concerned. It doesn't fit up with the situation and things like that. The one that looked the most real was the old woman getting hit in the face with a football. And if you notice, nobody else comes to her. The rest of the crowd sitting in the bleachers sit still. That's most of the time what happens. When something happens to somebody, nobody else moves except for maybe one or two people, if that. And they're always, call 911. It's just all different things like that. If she had gotten hit in the face with that football, her ass had been out in that bleacher. You know that. She would have been having a bloody nose and all that stuff. But that's just, a few of those things, and how they're only 10 seconds long. and they are marked with being AI generated. Right now, they're marked. Who's to say later they're not? You don't ever know. Not only is it on the platforms, the social media platforms, I was talking about commercials. They're not even hiring actual people anymore. Some guy is sitting basically in a room, I am sure, gets paid a certain amount of money, a lot cheaper than what it would cost to hire actors. And you don't have all the problems with them not showing up, them not getting the scene right. You can sit down and program it the way you want it. First time, probably the second time if you run into a few errors. And then you got a commercial for a quarter of the budget. And I could understand why a lot of people, actors, would be getting pissed off of this. I really don't give a fuck about actors. A lot of them are good people, I'm sure, but then you got a lot of them who aren't, that know they're, they think they're above everybody else. I don't care about them. But that's just my opinion. But all these people that are, these starting actors that you would see in these commercials that are not real big commercials, are for like insurance companies and stuff like that. One of the things I see is for like, I think it's Social Security. And I don't know if it's a scam, but I mean, the son of a bitch plays about every 15 minutes on the TV. And it's just AI generated people saying, I go and I get my food, and as long as I get something healthy, I have nothing to worry about. I mean, you can really tell that it's AI generated. It's actually horrible. And I mean, there are a few things I've seen that I'm just really surprised that they put it on there, because it just is so awful. Now, there are some that look pretty damn good. And I mean, unless you really look, or it says it down in the bottom, you will not guess that they are AI. I mean, it's growing by leaps and bounds every day, all day. I don't know what the hell that was, but something I think just ran across my keyboard, but it was funky. It was dark, and I don't think it was a mouse. Oh, wait a minute. I saw it out of the corner of my screen. It's one of my dogs. I think that's Philo. Hey, Philo. Oh, yep, it's Philo. Okay. I know I've rambled a lot tonight about AI and didn't really touch on anything that was, very investigative or anything like that. It's just my own thoughts on this stuff. It's worrisome. I think I always type in on the TikTok videos when I see AI, I put AI hates humanity, because it pretty much does. I know it's people right now programming it and making it do what they want it to do. You'll probably hear my dogs in the background whining. All right, girls, be quiet. Stop. Oh, God. Hold on. Damn it. They just had to be set free. Had to let them out of my little room/studio in here. I have 4 of them, and 2 of them are Aussie Doodles, and 2 of them are Australian Shepherds, and they're very mouthy. All of them are mouthy except for one. And they just needed to get out the rest of the house, so I got to let them out. AI, hate it, love it. It's here to stay, and I fear what will come of it. I think a lot of people are going to be deceived the smarter it gets. As I said, I know people are programming it right now, but when you feed it into the system that I'm sure they're working on, God, they got so much stuff that they're trying to integrate, like living tissue into computers. When you do that stuff and then you ask something, hey, come up with this scenario, and then it remembers that shit and starts making stuff up itself and transmitting it, who's to say it can't? I mean, we're seeing some stuff that's really crazy right now. that wasn't around even, 10 years ago, if that. But as I said, I've yammered on long enough, if that's even a fucking word. I don't even know if it is. But I just wanted to get my point out there on AI. And I know I haven't done a video in a while. And if you look at my channel, you'll see that every other Friday, I get together with a group of guys that I know, and we all just talk about different things and different subjects that come up. We've had a couple of, I call it the group session. We really haven't come up with anything yet for the name of it, and I've just been uploading them full length. Haven't edited anything out of it because right now it's just all been a practice type thing. And I don't know if you heard me say that or not because my headphones just went out for some reason. But it's just a practice thing right now until we really refine it. Not this Friday, but next Friday, the 13th. Ooh, the 13th. We're going to be getting some sodas and stuff like that, weird stuff to taste test. That, like those potato sodas and pickle sodas and stuff like that. And we're going to do taste test and probably a few other things. It runs about an hour or a little longer. It's pretty fun. If you want to tune in. If you want to go to bed, tune in or turn in, one of the two. God, I rambled too much. I hope you all have a good evening, and I appreciate you watching if you watched all the way through. If you're not subscribed, subscribe if you want. I don't give a shit because I don't get paid for this. I would love to have extra money, but this ain't never going to do it. So I hope you all have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later.